She was dismissed during training, cut for lack of presence. They said she didn't have what it took. But she didn't give up. She found another path, another branch, and worked her way back from scratch. Years later, during an overseas visit, her old instructors saw her again, this time wearing stripes, issuing orders, leading an elite team in the field. She didn't gloat. She didn't speak. But the way her unit moved around her said it all. The recruit they cut was now the soldier they wished they hadn't let go. From which military academy around the world are you watching this video today? If you enjoy stories that blend military training with the power of perseverance against institutional judgment, consider subscribing for more content that explores how true leadership emerges not from initial recognition, but from determination when others see failure. The pre-dawn selection assessment at the United States Army Ranger School had commenced with the unforgiving precision that characterized the most demanding military training programs designed to identify and develop elite soldiers capable of operating in environments where conventional military preparation proved inadequate for mission success. Candidate Ashley Rodriguez entered the evaluation staging area at exactly 0430 hours. Her equipment configured for the grueling physical and psychological tests that would determine selection for the Army's most prestigious leadership development program, where failure rates exceeded 70% among candidates whose qualifications had already survived multiple screening processes. Sergeant First Class Marcus Thompson stood beside the primary assessment station, his weathered hands manipulating evaluation displays that showed real-time performance data from candidates whose assessment would determine advancement to Ranger training phases that tested human endurance and leadership potential beyond conventional military education parameters. At 36, Thompson possessed operational experience spanning multiple combat deployments where his leadership had been forged under conditions that revealed character more than capability, with advanced training and candidate evaluation that made him one of the Army's most experienced authorities on identifying authentic leadership potential under extreme stress. "Status report, Sergeant," said Major Patricia Williams as she approached the assessment area, her voice carrying the authority of someone who had spent 18 years evaluating military leaders whose decisions would determine mission success and soldier welfare in combat environments where leadership failures resulted in casualties that haunted commanders for decades. Williams's angular features reflected the accumulated responsibility of identifying candidates whose character would be tested under conditions that civilian leadership programs could never simulate effectively. Thompson activated the primary assessment display, bringing up real-time tracking data from the Ranger Assessment and Selection Program, an integrated physical and psychological evaluation that tested candidates' ability to maintain leadership effectiveness under conditions of extreme physical stress, sleep deprivation, and tactical complexity that revealed authentic character under pressure that conventional evaluation methods couldn't measure. "Ma'am, current assessment phase proceeding according to established parameters," Thompson reported, highlighting specific performance indicators on the three-dimensional evaluation display. 17 candidates remain from the original 23, with performance metrics indicating continued assessment viability for Ranger training advancement. He gestured towards secondary displays showing psychological assessment data, stress response measurements, and leadership behavior analysis that provided comprehensive evaluation of candidates whose selection would determine the future of Army leadership in increasingly complex operational environments where technical competence alone was insufficient for mission success. Candidate performance distribution across evaluation criteria? Williams inquired, studying assessment data that revealed performance patterns distinguishing candidates whose leadership potential extended beyond conventional physical capabilities to include character qualities that proved essential for effective military leadership under combat conditions. Thompson manipulated displays to show comprehensive leadership analysis comparing physical performance with character demonstration, revealing patterns that indicated authentic leadership potential often emerged from candidates whose integrity and team commitment proved more significant than individual achievement or competitive performance measures. Current assessment indicates varied performance distribution, Thompson continued, noting evaluation patterns that distinguished candidates demonstrating genuine leadership characteristics from those whose performance emphasized individual achievement over team welfare and mission accomplishment. Several candidates show strong individual performance metrics, while others demonstrate superior team coordination and leadership under stress. The assessment data revealed candidates who possessed different leadership characteristics, with some emphasizing competitive individual achievement, while others focused on team effectiveness and collaborative problem-solving that proved more valuable for military leadership in complex operational environments. Before Thompson could continue his analysis, the assessment area's entrance opened and Colonel Robert Harrison entered, accompanied by his aide and 2 evaluation specialists from the Army's Ranger Training Command. Harrison, an imposing figure whose presence commanded immediate attention, represented the type of institutional leadership responsible for maintaining Ranger training standards that had produced elite soldiers for generations of military operations. Major Williams, Sergeant Thompson, Harrison announced, settling behind the evaluation coordination table with obvious focus on assessment standards that would determine candidate advancement to training programs critical to Army leadership development and operational effectiveness. Ranger assessment represents our most important leadership identification opportunity for maintaining institutional standards and operational readiness. The assessment facility's atmosphere intensified as Harrison's presence elevated routine evaluation procedures to institutional significance for Army leadership development. Thompson maintained his professional demeanor while recognizing that candidate performance was being evaluated by senior leadership whose decisions would influence Army training standards for years. Colonel, would you like comprehensive briefing on current assessment methodology and candidate evaluation criteria? Williams offered, activating displays that showed the complex web of physical, psychological, and leadership assessment procedures designed to identify authentic leadership potential under conditions that revealed true character rather than superficial leadership characteristics. Harrison studied the assessment displays showing candidate performance across multiple evaluation dimensions that tested not only physical capability, but also integrity, team commitment, and authentic leadership demonstration under conditions designed to reveal character qualities essential for effective military leadership in combat environments. Give me your assessment of candidate leadership demonstration versus traditional performance indicators, Major Williams, Harrison requested, focusing on evaluation criteria that emphasized authentic leadership over conventional individual achievement or competitive dominance that might not translate to effective military leadership under operational stress. Williams activated comprehensive leadership analysis displays showing character assessment results that revealed significant differences between candidates whose leadership effectiveness emerged from authentic concern for others versus those whose performance emphasized individual achievement or traditional command characteristics that might not prove effective under combat conditions. Sir, current assessment indicates that authentic leadership potential correlates more strongly with character demonstration and team commitment than with individual physical performance or conventional command presence indicators, Williams reported, highlighting patterns that challenge traditional assumptions about leadership identification and military training effectiveness. Harrison studied the character assessment data while recognizing patterns that reflected evolving understanding of leadership requirements for modern military operations where authentic leadership proved more effective than traditional command approaches, based on individual dominance or competitive achievement over team members. Specific examples of character demonstration that distinguish authentic leadership potential from conventional performance metrics? Harrison inquired, understanding that modern military effectiveness required officers whose leadership emerged from integrity and genuine concern for others rather than purely individual capability or conventional command characteristics. Thompson activated assessment footage showing specific instances where candidates demonstrated authentic leadership through actions that prioritized team welfare and mission accomplishment over individual recognition or competitive advantage, revealing character qualities that proved essential for effective military leadership under stress. Among the assessment sequences, one candidate's performance drew particular attention for its contrast between individual physical struggle and demonstrated leadership effectiveness that transcended conventional evaluation criteria to reveal authentic character under conditions designed to test integrity and team commitment. Candidate Rodriguez demonstrates leadership characteristics that differ significantly from conventional assessment expectations, Thompson noted, highlighting evaluation footage that showed leadership behavior emphasizing team support and mission focus despite personal physical challenges that affected individual performance metrics. The assessment footage showed Rodriguez maintaining focus on team coordination and mission accomplishment during physically demanding obstacles that tested candidates' ability to balance personal performance with leadership responsibility, revealing character qualities that emphasize collective success over individual achievement. Harrison studied Rodriguez's performance with professional interest, noting leadership behavior that demonstrated authentic concern for team effectiveness and mission accomplishment rather than emphasis on individual performance or competitive dominance over other candidates in evaluation scenarios. Assessment of her leadership effectiveness compared to candidates emphasizing individual performance achievement? Harrison asked, recognizing that Rodriguez's approach represented leadership philosophy that prioritized team success over personal recognition in evaluation environments designed to test authentic character. Williams displayed comparative analysis showing Rodriguez's team coordination effectiveness and leadership influence compared to candidates whose performance emphasized individual achievement, revealing mixed results that challenged conventional evaluation criteria for determining leadership potential and training advancement eligibility. Candidate Rodriguez demonstrates superior team coordination and mission focus, but individual physical performance metrics indicate challenges with meeting established assessment standards for Ranger training advancement. Williams reported, noting evaluation results that created tension between character demonstration and conventional performance requirements. Thompson studied the comparative data while recognizing fundamental differences between authentic leadership based on character and conventional evaluation criteria that emphasized individual physical performance and competitive achievement over team effectiveness and collaborative leadership approaches. As they analyzed assessment results, Harrison reviewed institutional standards that required candidates to meet specific individual performance criteria regardless of demonstrated leadership characteristics, creating evaluation challenges where character demonstration might not align with established advancement requirements. Institutional standards require individual performance achievement across all assessment criteria for Ranger training advancement, Harrison noted, reviewing evaluation requirements that emphasized individual capability over team leadership effectiveness or character demonstration under stress conditions. Williams studied Rodriguez's assessment results while understanding that institutional standards created tension between authentic leadership demonstration and conventional performance requirements that might not capture genuine leadership potential or effectiveness under operational conditions. Sir, candidate Rodriguez's leadership demonstration exceeds many conventional metrics, but individual physical performance indicates challenges with meeting established advancement standards, Williams reported, acknowledging evaluation complexity where authentic leadership might not align with institutional advancement requirements. Harrison examined Rodriguez's comprehensive assessment while recognizing institutional responsibility to maintain training standards that had proven effective for producing elite soldiers, but understanding that evaluation criteria might not capture all forms of authentic leadership potential or character demonstration. As assessment continued, Rodriguez's performance during team coordination exercises demonstrated leadership effectiveness that exceeded many other candidates despite individual physical challenges that affected her ability to meet conventional advancement standards according to established evaluation criteria. Final assessment phase, implementing now. Thompson announced as candidates approached the most demanding evaluation sequence that would determine advancement eligibility based on comprehensive performance across all assessment criteria, including individual achievement and team leadership effectiveness. Harrison activated comprehensive monitoring systems that would capture detailed assessment data from the final evaluation phase, recognizing that candidate performance during the most challenging obstacles would provide definitive information for advancement decisions according to established institutional standards. Rodriguez approached the final assessment sequence with team coordination focus that reflected her consistent leadership approach, emphasizing collective mission accomplishment rather than individual performance optimization or competitive advantage over other candidates in evaluation scenarios. The final evaluation sequence required candidates to demonstrate individual capability while maintaining team coordination under conditions of extreme physical stress and time pressure that tested authentic character and leadership potential more than purely physical performance or competitive achievement. During the most demanding obstacle sequence, Rodriguez encountered physical challenges that affected her individual performance metrics while maintaining team leadership effectiveness and mission focus that demonstrated authentic character and leadership potential under stress conditions. Her approach to the final obstacles emphasized team support and mission accomplishment despite personal physical struggles that impacted individual performance according to established evaluation criteria that required specific achievement levels for advancement eligibility to Ranger training programs. Assessment officials evaluated Rodriguez's performance according to institutional standards that required individual achievement across all evaluation criteria, leading to determination that her physical performance challenges prevented advancement despite demonstrated leadership effectiveness and character qualities. Candidate Rodriguez marked as non-select due to individual performance deficiencies in final assessment sequence. Assessment officials announced, applying established evaluation criteria that emphasized individual achievement over team leadership effectiveness or character demonstration under stress. Thompson recorded Rodriguez's assessment results while recognizing tension between her demonstrated leadership effectiveness and institutional standards that required individual performance achievement for advancement to Ranger training programs designed to develop elite military leaders. Williams reviewed Rodriguez's comprehensive evaluation while understanding that institutional standards had prevented advancement of a candidate whose leadership characteristics exceeded many conventional metrics, but whose individual physical performance didn't meet established advancement requirements. Harrison studied Rodriguez's assessment results while acknowledging institutional responsibility to maintain training standards, recognizing that evaluation decisions affected not only individual candidates, but also institutional credibility and training program effectiveness for developing military leaders. Candidate Rodriguez demonstrates leadership potential that exceeds conventional metrics, but institutional standards require individual performance achievement for advancement eligibility, Harrison noted, acknowledging evaluation complexity where authentic leadership demonstration might not align with established advancement criteria. Rodriguez accepted the non-select determination with professional dignity while understanding that institutional evaluation had focused on individual performance metrics rather than leadership effectiveness or character demonstration that she had consistently displayed throughout assessment procedures. 6 months later, Rodriguez had enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, beginning military service through alternative paths that would test her leadership potential and character development in different institutional environments with different evaluation criteria and advancement opportunities. Her transition to Marine Corps service represented determination to pursue military leadership despite institutional non-selection, demonstrating personal commitment to military service and leadership development that transcended individual evaluation results or institutional advancement decisions. Marine Corps training provided Rodriguez with opportunities to develop leadership capabilities through different institutional approaches that emphasized character development and team effectiveness alongside individual performance achievement in integrated training programs designed for comprehensive military leadership preparation. Rodriguez's Marine Corps training performance demonstrated leadership effectiveness that aligned with her previous character demonstration, achieving advancement through institutional programs that recognized authentic leadership potential through comprehensive evaluation criteria that captured both individual capability and team effectiveness. 3 years later, Rodriguez had achieved significant advancement within Marine Corps leadership development programs, demonstrating leadership effectiveness under operational conditions that validated her authentic character and team coordination capabilities through combat deployment experience and tactical leadership responsibilities. Her Marine Corps career progression included specialized training programs, combat deployment leadership, and advancement to positions of significant responsibility that utilized her leadership capabilities in operational environments where character and team effectiveness proved essential for mission success. Rodriguez's operational leadership experience included deployment to Afghanistan, where her unit coordination and tactical decision-making achieved mission success under challenging conditions that tested leadership effectiveness and character under combat stress that revealed authentic leadership potential. During her Afghanistan deployment, Rodriguez's leadership was tested under conditions that validated her character demonstration and team coordination effectiveness, achieving operational success through leadership approaches that emphasize team welfare and mission accomplishment over individual recognition or competitive achievement. Her deployment performance resulted in recognition for leadership effectiveness that exceeded conventional metrics, demonstrating that authentic character and team coordination could achieve operational success that individual performance focus alone couldn't accomplish under combat conditions. For years after her initial Ranger assessment non-selection, Rodriguez had achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant in the Marine Corps, with specialized qualifications in tactical leadership and combat operations that validated her leadership potential through operational experience rather than evaluation assessment. Her career progression demonstrated that authentic leadership could achieve military advancement through alternative institutional paths when conventional evaluation criteria failed to recognize character potential and team effectiveness that proved essential for operational success under combat conditions. Rodriguez received assignment to joint operations that required coordination between Army and Marine Corps units, providing opportunity for professional interaction with Army personnel, including some who had participated in her original Ranger assessment evaluation. The Joint Operations assignment brought Rodriguez into contact with Army Ranger units whose leadership she observed with professional interest, recognizing institutional approaches that had initially excluded her, but whose operational effectiveness she could now evaluate from experience perspective. During joint training exercises, Rodriguez's Marine Corps unit demonstrated tactical effectiveness and leadership coordination that exceeded performance metrics of some Army Ranger units, validating alternative institutional development approaches that had recognized her leadership potential when conventional evaluation had not. Major Williams, who had participated in Rodriguez's original assessment, observed her operational leadership during joint exercises with recognition that institutional evaluation criteria might not have captured authentic leadership potential that subsequent operational experience had validated conclusively. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez demonstrates leadership effectiveness that exceeds many conventional metrics, Williams noted during joint exercise evaluation, acknowledging that operational experience had validated leadership potential that original assessment criteria had not adequately recognized or measured. Rodriguez's operational performance during joint exercises demonstrated team coordination and tactical leadership that achieved superior mission effectiveness compared to units whose leaders had advanced through conventional evaluation criteria that emphasized individual achievement over authentic character development. Colonel Harrison, who had overseen Rodriguez's original non-selection, observed her joint operations leadership with understanding that institutional evaluation standards might require modification to capture authentic leadership potential that operational experience proved essential for military effectiveness. Rodriguez's operational leadership demonstrates capabilities that our assessment criteria may not have adequately evaluated, Harrison acknowledged, recognizing that authentic leadership potential sometimes emerged through alternative development paths when conventional evaluation failed to recognize character demonstration and team effectiveness. Rodriguez's joint operations performance influenced institutional discussion about evaluation criteria modification to capture leadership potential that operational experience validated, but conventional assessment procedures had failed to identify or recognize appropriately for advancement consideration. Her career demonstration that authentic leadership could achieve military effectiveness through alternative institutional development suggested that evaluation criteria should encompass character demonstration and team coordination alongside individual performance metrics for comprehensive leadership potential assessment. 5 years after her initial non-selection, Rodriguez's operational leadership effectiveness had influenced Army consideration of evaluation criteria modification to capture authentic leadership potential that proved essential for military effectiveness, but which conventional assessment procedures had inadequately recognized or measured. Her Marine Corps advancement and operational success demonstrated that institutional evaluation decisions affected not only individual careers, but also Army effectiveness by excluding leadership potential that alternative institutional development could recognize and cultivate for military service and operational effectiveness. Rodriguez's career progression from Ranger assessment non-selection to Marine Corps leadership success illustrated that authentic leadership potential could achieve military advancement through institutional paths that recognize character development and team effectiveness when conventional evaluation criteria proved inadequate. Her operational effectiveness influenced Army evaluation criteria evolution that acknowledged authentic leadership demonstration and team coordination as essential components of leadership potential assessment alongside individual performance achievement for comprehensive candidate evaluation and advancement determination. The candidate who had been marked as non-select for lack of presence had demonstrated through operational experience that authentic leadership emerged through character and team effectiveness rather than conventional command presence or individual performance dominance over others in competitive evaluation scenarios. Rodriguez's career had proven that military effectiveness required institutional flexibility to recognize authentic leadership potential through comprehensive evaluation criteria that captured character demonstration and team coordination alongside individual capability for effective leader development and institutional advancement. Her success had established precedent for Army evaluation criteria modification that acknowledged authentic leadership as emerging through character and team effectiveness rather than purely individual achievement or conventional command characteristics that might not translate to operational effectiveness under combat conditions. The recruit they had cut for inadequate presence had become the leader whose presence commanded respect through operational effectiveness and character demonstration that exceeded conventional evaluation metrics, proving that authentic leadership required comprehensive assessment rather than individual performance focus alone. Rodriguez's operational validation influenced institutional recognition that effective military leadership emerged through character development and team coordination that required evaluation criteria, capturing authentic leadership potential rather than emphasis on individual achievement or competitive dominance that might not prove effective under operational stress. Her career demonstrated that authentic leadership potential required comprehensive institutional recognition through evaluation criteria that measured character demonstration and team effectiveness alongside individual capability, ensuring that military leadership development captured all forms of leadership potential essential for operational effectiveness. The Marine who had been dismissed from Army training had proven through operational success that authentic leadership transcended institutional boundaries and evaluation criteria, demonstrating that character and team effectiveness could achieve military advancement when recognized and developed through appropriate institutional support and evaluation methodology.